Happy day everyone. I'm Anupama R, Assistant Professor from the Department of English, and today's topic is proposal writing. Our session today involves getting to know what a proposal is, then understanding its importance, and then delving into the 5 different steps involved in writing a proposal. First, let's get to see what a proposal is. A proposal is a formal document that outlines a project or idea and convinces others to fund it. Think of it as a blueprint of your vision that convinces others to support your plans. Then comes the importance. Why is it important to write a proposal? Because proposals offer structure to your ideas. Instead of just explaining what has to be done or what is your plan, a proposal objectively lays out your plans, your budget, your expected outcomes in a proper order. Then comes the different types of proposal. Business proposal, this is where we seek partnerships or launch new products. Research proposal, this is to get funding for academic studies. The third thing is event proposal, this is where you plan your fests, workshops and all that. Now coming to the first step. First step involves getting to know the background of your proposal. This involves 3 subtopics. The first thing is to get to know or identify your goals. Ask yourself, what is the need for this proposal? What are you trying to achieve from it? This answer should be very specific. Second thing, knowing your audience. Knowing your audience is very crucial since their expectations and the language that you're using becomes crucial in writing a proposal. The third step involves background research. Before you start writing a proposal, it's very important that you do a little bit of background research. Say for example, if you are writing a business proposal, know the recent market trends related to the product that you're about to pitch. The second thing, when it comes to a research proposal, any area of interest that you take, make sure that you know the recent studies, articles, any works that has been done related to it, please make sure that you get to know about it. Now when it comes to the research part, the first step involves getting to know or writing more about your research area or area of interest, then mentioning the objectives. Let's take a look at the sample given here. The sample talks about a new product that is going to be launched in the market. Look at the part that I've highlighted here. Please note that they have mentioned the target audience or the target market, their purpose in choosing this particular product, and their goal or their aim, and they have done it very perfectly. This is very good aim sample for the business proposal. The second step involves writing an executive summary and a literature review for the research proposal. The executive summary includes an outline or a plan for your proposal, the key highlights and the expected outcomes. You can also include a problem statement here wherein you mention in detail about the problem that you are going to address and the solution for it. Now when it comes to the research proposal and the literature review, it's very important that you mention the recent studies related to the area of your interest or your research area, and then also talk about how your proposal or how your research work either build on it or fill in the research gap for that particular problem. Take a look at the example that is given here for the second slide. The first thing that is given here is the executive summary, where again they are very specific about the content that they have mentioned here instead of being very vague. Do not give out vague statements, make sure that it's very specific. Same goes out for literature review or for the problem statements. Make sure that you include evidences to make it more credible. The third step involves writing a detailed plan. Writing a detailed plan involves talking about the agenda, talking about the timeline, talking about the team, the logistics. When it comes to the agenda, please make sure to mention what happens when, the duration for it. When it comes to logistics, talk about all that is required to conduct that particular event or the particular product launch. For example, the equipments that is necessary, the arrangements that has to be done, the venue, the permissions for all of it. When it comes to your team, choosing a team is very important, and talking about the same will help your investors believe in you. So why have you chosen a particular team or a group of people? What are their achievements? Make sure to explain all of this in detail. When it comes to the features, make sure you talk about your unique features or unique solutions that you offer in your proposal that is different from something that's already there in the market. Now when it comes to your research, this is where you will give importance to the design or the methodology. How are you going to go about collecting and analyzing the data for your research work? This is what you will concentrate on here. I've just given you a sample, you can take a look at it, the agenda, how you can go about writing the agenda, the team members that you've chosen, the logistics for it, and for the research part, how are you going to go about talking about the methodology. Next comes the fourth step. The fourth step involves talking in detail about the budget, and when it comes to research, you will talk in detail about the research design. When it comes to the budget, please make sure that you mention about the estimated costs. These estimated costs could be related to the materials, it could be for the venue, it could be for the arrangements. Make sure that you talk about that in detail. And also talk about sponsorships, the ticketing, the revenue sources. Then also talk about the financial projections. What could be the profit when they do this event, or probably if you launch this particular product, what could be the break-even points? Please make sure that you talk about this in detail. You can also compare, analyze, and come up with quotes. Now, when it comes to research, make sure that you talk about the research design in detail. Here is where you will specify what type of research are you going to do. Is it going to be qualitative? Is it going to be quantitative? What's going to be the sampling size? And again, in detail, what are the tools that you're going to use to collect the data? This is where you will mention all that in detail. I've given a sample of how detailed a budget should be, and when it comes to the research design, how you can go about talking about the sampling size and all that. The last step involves talking about marketing and promotions, risk management, and when it comes to the research, talking about the findings, limitations, and all that. Now let's get into the marketing part. This is where you will explain the promotional ideas for your proposal or for your plan. Here is where you will mention in detail what kind of partnerships are you going to use to promote your proposal. Is it going to be a social media partnership or any other media partnership? You're going to talk about it in detail here. The second step that is involved here is very, very crucial: risk management. Anticipate what is going to go wrong. It could be low attendance, it could be budget problems, it could be logistics problems. Make sure that you talk about that in detail and also give a contingency plan for it. A contingency plan will help your investor in knowing how credible and believable it is, and it also ensures, or it also shows how you are prepared and how professional you are when it comes to executing something. The last step here is to give out supporting information, which could include evidences, statistics to support your valid points. When it comes to research, here is where you will talk a little bit about the findings. I know it's just a proposal, but here is where you will mention your outcome. What are the findings that you expect that is going to come out of this research? And what are your limitations? What is the further scope of study for this particular research work that you're doing? Make sure that you mention all this, and please don't forget to cite your references. That will be the last step when it comes to your research proposal. First thing that involves in a recap is to make sure that you write the first paragraph, which is the abstract. Make sure that you talk about the aim and the objectives properly. The second step involves the executive summary, or like I've mentioned here, make sure that you talk about the purpose and the benefits of your proposal. The third step involves a project overview. This is where you will talk about the detailed plan. The last step, make sure that you give a proper conclusion. Conclusion here, make sure that you restate your value of your proposal. Here is where you will mention how timely your plan is, what is the impact that it's going to create, and how it's going to align with the goals of your audience. The word limit, last but not the least, please make sure to know the word limit. The overall word limit will be 1200 to 1500 words. When it comes to each paragraph, please make sure to use 100 to 200 words. Remember, proposals are not just documents, they are tools of your persuasion. Thank you for joining us in this video. If you've liked this video, please ensure to like, share, and subscribe to M.O.P Classroom.